This is absolutely lit. This is lit.
I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Welcome. Come on in here. Take your shoes off. Let me rub them dogs down. Metaphorically. You guys are ridiculous. Look at you guys. You're already being ridiculous. Anyway. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get the hell out of Tampa. Oh, yeah. Getting my ass to Wyoming. Yeah, guys, our next live stream may or may not be in Wyoming. I might actually... It might be the next day or the day after that. We'll see how long I keep hyping up this Wyoming trip before I actually go. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited I can't sit comfortably. It's, you know what? As uncomfortable as my streaming chair is, I will be well prepared for that several hour plane ride in an economy plus seat. I don't remember which. I think it was economy or economy plus. Look, I'm not going to be comfortable. There's probably going to be some immigrant sitting in front of me, reclining their chair back, getting every dollar's worth of comfort out of their flight that was probably paid for by a taxpayer or something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, guys, Wyoming. I'm leaving soon. I'm going to be done diddly unpacking tonight. Very excited about that. It's been like over 15 years since I've been on a plane. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the plane ride. Most of my anxiety about the plane ride really stems from the airport. I just don't know how busy it's going to be, how crazy and whatever. And I have to check a firearm too. And that just adds more time. We got to be there earlier. So yeah, but I'm not, honestly, the plane ride, a couple people in chat were like, what if you freak out? Dude, I used to have pretty bad anxiety problems, and like I still get nervous and whatnot, of course, but the thought of the plane ride is really not freaking me out, you know? And that was one of the things I really, for a long time, I was like, I won't even like tease myself with the thought or desire of going to some other state that's too far to drive and or country, because I was just like, I'm not going to get on a plane. I just knew I would not do that. I used to be definitely too freaked out to get on a fucking plane to take a plane ride. But I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm going to charge that little game thing that I got, that emulator. I'm going to charge that bitch up, and I'm probably going to be playing Spider-Man versus Venom Maximum Carnage, that whole fucking plane ride. Or a little bit of Donkey Kong Country in there. Maybe some Rampage World Tour. I don't know. I've been fucking around with that little game thing just to figure out what games that I like that are on there for the plane ride. So yeah. Fucking I'm ready, guys. I'm so ready. I wish I could leave right now. Like, my bag is pretty much packed. I wish I could leave tonight. But anyway, yeah, tonight, what are we getting into for the stream? Enough about that bullshit. Let's get down to business, god damn you. I'll be in the chat in a minute. Hold on a second. So what are we getting into? Assassin updates. World War III scoreboard. We got to check that scoreboard. What's the score? Also, we need our banner up. World War III tracker. It's on, boys. There should have been a comma in there, but I'm not fixing that. It's on, comma, boys. Not, it's on, boys. Like something's on a boy or a child. It sounds a little, the way I have it typed out, it reads a little bit rapey or something. I don't know. But we're going to, we're going to keep it. Let me get to the chat, say hello to everybody trickling in here. Then let's take a look at some of this bullshit. Basically tonight, I'm only going to stay on till about 9:30-ish. Then my buddy, where's my phone? My buddy should be coming over here so I can suck him off. Just kidding. My buddy I'm going to Wyoming with. He's coming over. We got more stuff to do, trip related. It totally has nothing to do with either of our sexual organs. All right. Stacy G up in here. Now, Stacy, you do have the option. You get a free prostate milking, but since you don't have a prostate, you are, unless you do, which I don't think you do, but we're very inclusive here, though. So anyway, everybody knows first person in chat every night gets a free prostate milking. You just got to come to Tampa to get it. You have to get your ass to Tampa, Florida to get it. If you're a female and you're the first in chat, you are allowed to gift it to somebody else. Okay? But if you are a male, if you're a man, a cisgender man, okay, and you are first in my chat, you get a free prostate milking, and you are not allowed to give it to somebody else. You get it whether you like it or not, okay? I might have to hunt you down to give it to you. A little cat and mouse game. God damn it, guys. Let's get started. I just want to fuck around. That's all I want to do tonight is just fuck around. Bob Cook's up in here. What's up? Al Pacino. God damn it. Al. Not first again, bro. I have faith in you. You'll get it one of these days. If not, I'll give you a free one. Thomas Gilson's up in here. What's up, lover? DMS. Hello. Hello. Scott Starbird's up in here. What's up, Famalam? Yeah, I was driving. I missed like half of your stream. I'm gonna watch the rest of it when I log off here because I don't have anything else that I need to catch up on. I caught the Bubba the Love Sponge show from this morning. I only caught like the last 30 minutes of the show live, and I listened and watched the rest of it today. Today's Bubba show was really good. That was good. It was pretty funny. Like the show all throughout was pretty funny, entertaining. And then the Tiger King interview, I almost did that. I wanted to figure out to find their last interview with the Tiger King and maybe do like, play and react through Bubba's interviews with the Tiger King. What's his name? Joe Exotic, or as Bubba calls him, Joe Exotica, which I'll have you guys know it's the same person. I don't know if you listen to Bubba's show, you hear him say Joe Exotica, you think to yourself, he has an interview with Joe Exotica. Huh, I guess that's some new porn star or something. No, it's the Tiger King. He's just saying the name wrong. That's okay. That's why we love Bubba. Daniel Graham's up in here. What's up, Famalam? Daniel Graham, Famalam. Fook. I'm getting a free one if all else fails. Yes. Bob Cook. I wonder who she's giving it to. You lucky dog. Who do you think she's going to give it to? She could do it herself, actually. I'm way overbooked on prostate milking. Stacy G, you might, if you wouldn't mind, stepping in for Bob Cook. Help him out, Matt. That'll save me a little grief, but also some enjoyment. Damn it. I can't win. Michael Earl's up in here. What's up, bro? All right, guys. Let's I guess we got most of the people that are gonna be up in the chat said hello to, where we got everybody greeted. Where do we go first? Should we take a look at the assassination thing? Because I almost got on. There was a few things I saw. I was like, man, these are so. Sometimes there's some news stories that I'm just like, man, if I only had nothing else to live for but the stream, I would hop on the weekends. But guys, if nothing else, just on principle, I need to take like a day or two off of being live on stream. Okay, if I want to like maintain at least a slight bit of sanity, which I might have you fooled into thinking I don't care about that, but I'm holding on by a thread. And yeah, mental health is a very valuable thing to me. So yeah, I need like at least a day or two off from streaming. But yeah, let's take a look, I guess. Bro, so oh shit, I clicked the wrong link there. Okay, bro, this morning Bubba played this story talking about this it's a Democrat representative from Minnesota. Let me bring up this video. I reposted that video of her talking. It was really funny, I mean, people just see different things on their algorithms, I guess, but this the video of this lady talking, the lady who got assassinated. What's her name again? Let me find this on my page. I'll pull it up here. Bro, this woman is Linda something, right? Oh no, Melissa Hortman, not Linda. Melissa Hortman. Shot and killed. Let me bring you guys over to my Twitter. This is just a funny thing. I mean, Bubba wouldn't have even brought up this video, I suspect, if it weren't for that caller. That somebody called into Bubba's show today when they were covering this topic, or right after they had covered it. And let me get rid of the banner just for this. Bubba was discussing, I guess, the stories and in the prep that Lummy and everybody got to Bubba didn't include this, maybe, or maybe it did and he just didn't get to it or something, or they thought it wasn't significant. But this is really like this sort of does wave red flags for me. And it was a little bit, I mean, whatever. That's like I said, people see all kinds of different shit and come up with different stuff, theories in their head and explanations based on what kind of bullshit the algorithms show you. But I was surprised how like sort of dismissive Bubba and Seth were about. I mean, I can see this caller. I think Seth was agitated with this guy because, every time that there's some kind of shooter that they suspect may possibly be a Republican, it's sort of like there's just so many people rushing to excuse it or dismiss it, or not excuse it, but dismiss the connection to the person being a Republican, like the Trump's shooter, the guy who supposedly shot Trump's ear. A lot of these fucking shooters are just like, It's hard to know what the fuck. I mean, a lot of these recently have been fucking weird. I mean, I guess you expect that. You come to expect that when it's a crazy person trying to assassinate someone over something fucking stupid. You have the Trump Pennsylvania shooter who he was registered Republican or something at some time, but then he had also donated to Democrat super PACs and stuff like that. Which you guys, I mean, like I said, I don't know how committed you have to be to donate money, but that sort of leads me to think that that guy was more a supporter of Democrats, even if he was registered a Republican. That, I mean, you can be registered. However, I'm registered NPA and I voted Republican the past like 3 elections. And on top of that, like I said, I have a few Trump hats and I had a Mike Pence Trump shirt. Okay. I have never those were all gifted. I also have a Trump flag too. Dude, people gave me this stuff. I have not spent $1 on Donald Trump. Okay? And I like practically campaigned for him the first time. And so the fact that, I mean, someone can be registered however, but if they're actually putting their hard-earned money into something, or even if they stole the fucking money, however the fuck these people, someone gets money and gives it to some political cause, I feel like that shows a little bit stronger endorsement, support. I mean, because like I said, as much as I supported Trump, I never spent one of my own hard-earned dollars on a Trump hat or fucking anything, a button, fucking anything. Everybody else has given me stuff because they're like, oh yeah, you publicly supported Trump and whatever, and they think it's funny to give me like a Trump thing, whatever, and that's cool. But yeah, so I don't know. And then this person who supposedly shot this lady, who else? There's been a few people that they went after. We're gonna look into it, but yeah, this person was what they had. People are arguing over whether they're a fucking crazy leftist or a dumbass conservative. And this guy that called into Bubba's show, and Seth got a little bit agitated with it. I think this is another one that it's like it's a fucking crazy person. I mean, they have they're shooting politicians, and the majority of the names on their kill list that they had apparently were people that are, Democrat leaning. Okay, but then they're in their car, they had the fucking No Kings rally signs or something. It's like these people are fucking bonkers, or it is some kind of fucking weird psyop thing. Oh, Big E's up in here. What's up, Big E? Thanks for joining us. So let's take a look at this video real quick. Let me go down here. So yeah, report shortly before. This is the video that someone called into Bubba's show for them to play because it is a little bit suspicious. Oh, Dutch Duke up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of royalty. Dutch Duke is in the chat. On a bike, can't chat. Thanks for joining us still, Dutch Duke. I appreciate it. Adam Wiley's over on the Twitter. Adam, bro, you are so lucky that I wasn't covering this story when you came and knocked at my front door aggressively, because you probably would have been shot. You guys don't know how Adam Wiley showed up to my house while I was live on a stream, and none of you realize how close he came to getting shot. Let me find this clip. God damn it, I'm trying to find this fucking clip from Fear and Loathing. Um, God damn it. Hold on, chat. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to be able to find it. I'll get hit with a copyright anyway. Fuck it. Let's move on. I'll come back over here to Twitter. Anyway, Adam almost got shot. I shouldn't have answered the door. I could have been killed. It could have been one of these fucking weirdos knocking at my door. All right, let's watch this video of this very suspicious video of this woman crying. No one's ever cried after voting on a bill. This is the first time ever in history, and then this bitch happened to get shot the next day. Let's check it out.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman emotional following the House's adjournment from a special session Monday. Hortman was the lone DFL lawmaker to cast a vote to cut Minnesota Care access for undocumented immigrants. It's a move she made with a heavy heart.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
The bill was deeply unpopular with members of the DFL caucus. Members have repeatedly expressed frustration that the bill was part of a compromise, one that would ensure the necessary GOP votes to pass the rest of the state budget.
We are tremendously disappointed and gut-wrenched at this decision, at this compromise that compromises our communities that are most vulnerable.
Hortman knows she let down her own caucus members with the vote.
They're right to be mad at me. I think some of them are pretty angry. I think that their job was to make folks who voted.
I think some of them are angry enough to show up at my house and blow my freaking head off, but I did what I had to do.
For that bill feel like crap, and I think that they succeeded.
Over in the Senate, a similar situation unfolded. Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy forced to vote for a bill she too disagreed with to uphold the integrity of their compromise.
This one hurt. This one is a wound because of its reason. My colleagues across the aisle set this as their number one priority.
Asked whether the move would drive a wedge between her and the rest of her caucus, her DFL colleague, Senator John Marty, quickly stepped to her defense.
As a member of the caucus, yes, sir, she clearly was fighting against it every step of the way. In negotiations, if we wanted a budget, we had to agree to that. She agreed to put one vote for us because of that.
Reporting in St. Paul, I'm Quinn Gorham.
Fukushima. Hortman was the lone Democrat who voted to cut healthcare access to adult illegal immigrants. I did what leaders do, stepped up, Hortman and her husband were killed shortly after this video was taken in their home. That sentence is structured wrong. Hortman and her husband were killed shortly after this video was taken in their home. It makes it sound like the video was taken in their home, but it was the killing that happened in their home. This is structured wrong. Police believe it was politically motivated. No shit. All right, let me look for a news article that breaks some of this down, and let's take a look at this guy. I also posted the picture of the mask. It looked like a Walter White mask or some shit that he wore. Oh, Funny Face is up in here. What's up, Funny Face? Shot in the prostate. DMS shot me in the prostate. That's what you get for being first in my chat. Some consider it A blessing, some consider it a curse. All right, let me see. Hold on. So this guy that killed them, supposedly him and his wife worked for Tim Walz. What the fuck? Hold on, let me bring you guys to this tab with me. Tim Walz is a homosexual, right? I think so. If my gaydar is working correctly, Tim Walz is a flaming something. Minnesota Senator Smith confronts GOP Lee over viral post on Minnesota killings. It was brutal and cruel. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Senator Tina Smith told CNN that she confronted GOP Senator Mike Lee in person on Monday over his social media posts about the suspected assassin in the Democrats' home state of Minnesota, saying she wanted to tell Lee directly about her concerns with this viral comments. Told him it was vital and cruel. Brutal and cruel. He should think about the implications of what he's saying and doing. What? Who said what? Oh, a Marxist. Okay. Smith added, I want him to hear from me directly how painful it was and how brutal that was to see on that just horrible, brutal weekend. Blah, blah, blah. Smith was responded to Lee's post on X, posted barely a day after a gunman shot two state Democratic lawmakers and their spouses, Melissa Hortman, top Democrat in Minnesota State House, and a friend of Smith's was killed. This is what happened when Marxists. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, this is what happened when Marxists don't get their way. Post has not been removed, has more than 7.5 million views. Oh, shit. Tammy Baldwin included on suspects' list of names. Hold on, let's go back. Let's look at this ABC. So wait, they have a picture of this guy. They haven't released the what's it called yet, have they? That picture looked like it was security. They haven't released the security footage, have they? Is it true the police got there before the killer entered the house? No, I was confused. I thought yeah, for one of them, I think one of them it did happen like that. I thought Melissa Hortman was the one they I forget which one. We'll look into it, I guess. Funny Face says yes, Gene. I don't know which one, because he went to two different locations. I remember hearing that on Bubba's show this morning. Hold on. Okay. Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman killed. State Senator John Hoffman wounded in targeted political violence. Is this? Oh, is this? Okay, hold on. This is they got a video.
The urgent manhunt in Minnesota happening right now. A suspect on the run after what authorities call a politically motivated assassination. Former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark both gunned down early this morning inside their home in Brooklyn Park. Just a few miles away, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette were shot multiple times at their home, now recovering in a local hospital. This video showing their front door riddled with bullet holes. Hundreds of police and sheriff's deputies on the scene searching for clues and a possible motive. Investigators identifying the suspected gunman as 57-year-old Vance Luther Bolter. Several sources telling ABC News that the suspect had a list of possible targets, including Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Several planned protests canceled today as thousands were told to shelter in place. ABC's Faith Abube leads us off from the scene in Minnesota.
Take it away, Faith Abube.
Tonight, a manhunt in Minnesota for 57-year-old Vance Bolter, who authorities say assassinated a beloved Minnesota lawmaker and her husband and wounded another legislator. And
so I guess this guy really thought he was going to get away, right? He's wearing a stupid mask. You know, like the mask thing, it's funny. He supposedly was dressed like police, like he tricked these people into answering the door because he was dressed like a cop. I don't think that mask helps that. In the photo that I shared on Twitter, the one that's going around, you can kind of see, I mean, it looks like a mask, right? I don't know. I mean, that can only help you in you know, not allowing people to know your identity, right? It's not going to help him to get them to answer the door for someone who is dressed like a cop but is wearing a Halloween mask, Walter White Halloween mask, right? I mean, it doesn't help with that. He must have imagined that he was going to get away with this somehow.
his spouse while posing as a police officer.
Do not approach him. You should consider him armed and dangerous.
Around 2 a.m., police in Champlain, northwest of Minneapolis, responding to reports of a shooting at the home of State Senator John Hoffman.
Black SUV had red and blue flashlights. Suspects posing as police officers shot 2 victims.
Officers finding Hoffman and his wife Yvette in their home wounded, rushing them to the hospital. Meanwhile, 8 miles away in Brooklyn Park, a fast-thinking sergeant deciding to proactively check on the home of former House Speaker Melissa Hortman.
Okay, here we go. So, yeah, I guess Hortman is the one that they showed up before it happened, right? They're going to break it down here. Wait, Dark Knight Gene said, at the FBI press conference today, they said police arrived at the victim's house before he murdered the people inside, bro. I sent you the video on X. All right, I'll get to that. I'll play that. Let's get through the rest of this video. I think they're about to lay that out here, though, Dark Match Gene.
When they arrived at Melissa's house, they noticed that there was a police vehicle in the driveway with the lights, emergency lights on, and what appeared to be a police officer at the door coming out of the house. When our officers confronted him, the individual immediately fired upon the officers, who exchanged gunfire, and the suspect retreated back into the home.
Inside, police finding the bodies of former House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark. They say the suspect was dressed as a police officer, complete with a badge, vest, and taser, and a realistic-looking latex mask, fleeing on foot. Thousands told to shelter in place, officials warning residents.
Realistic looking latex mask in quotation marks. Bro, when you can see down into the eye holes, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, we had a president who was arguably sometimes some fucking random guy wearing a mask. So I guess people are just used to seeing that.
Residents, their officers will only travel in pairs.
If there's only one officer outside the door, do not answer the door and call 911.
Dude, that's good. You know what? That is a fair point. I'm having a shitty connection right now. Fuck you, Spectrum. Fuck you. That is a good point, though. And I guess you'd really have to be, I don't know how anyone would pick up on that without having heard this press briefing or whatever. But if you think about that, if there are cops coming to your door, it's like probably extremely rare that one cop would come to your door, right? I mean, if there's a single cop in their car driving and they see you commit a traffic infraction, of course, one cop will pull you over. You'll have to deal with one cop because that's all that's in the car. But if cops are planning to come to your door to confront you with something, that is probably their protocol. That generally speaking, unless it's, I don't know. I mean, you never know when shit can hit the fan. They probably just assume that one cop shouldn't just go knock on a door where they don't know what the fuck shotgun or what the fuck's going to be in their face on the other side. But yeah, man, what the fuck do you do? Who was it? Oh no, no matter what side you're on, murder's not the answer. Yeah. We live in a society. Okay? Everybody chill out. No, so this really brings into question, like, what the fuck? Okay, so I'm not going to disclose exactly what it is, but I have a whole regiment for when there's shit at my door. And look, Adam Wiley did say something about coming by my house, and I told him not to. So I kind of had a suspicion it was him. And then when I asked who's at the door, I could tell that was him. So he didn't really almost get shot, but he kind of, bro, Adam Wiley was just banging on my door like it was a fucking federal agent that was here to take my ass in. Okay. But yeah, I have when it's really something that's out of nowhere and there's someone at my door, I have a whole thing. I just don't even want to explain exactly, but you guys might want to have a whole thing that you do, especially considering this having happened. You might want to have, like, some other protocol besides random person on the other side of the door that could shoot through the door when I innocently try to answer my door and I'm not expecting somebody. You might want to, like, figure something out for that, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, what do you fucking do? Someone comes to your door and says they're the police. Someone and 3 a.m, they come to your door, knock on your door. You're like, who is it? And they're like, it's the police. How do you even verify that? Ask them to sing Message in a Bottle. Okay. Are you the police, the band, or are you actual cops? That's what needs to be the second question. Ask them to sing I'll Be Watching You. And if they can't, then you don't open the door. Okay. It wasn't not the best delivery. That was a well thought out joke, though. The police, come on, guys. Anyway, no, bro, that's fucked.
Authorities say they found a hit list inside the vehicle with names of dozens of Democratic Minnesota lawmakers, including Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Senator Tina Smith. Sources tell ABC News that abortion providers were also on that list, and law enforcement is looking into whether the suspect may have been motivated by extreme views on abortion. Police say they also found these flyers in the vehicle for the No King's Day protest taking place today, organizers in Minnesota canceling them out of an abundance of caution.
So the thing with the No Kings, so look, let me just think through this a little bit. You never fucking know. This could be a Republican person. The No Kings flyers, who knows where the fuck those actually came from? I mean, it looks like he's got a bunch of them there. Who knows if he saw some people had them somewhere. They were preparing to take part in the protest, and he grabbed the whole stack of the flyers that they made so that they couldn't pass them out and use them. Who knows? You know, he might not have them because he's actually wanting to be part of the protest or help it or whatever the fuck. I mean, you don't know where the fuck those signs actually came from. All right, let me get back to my Twitter because Terry said he sent me something. This is the FBI update. All right, let's take a look at this. I'll bring you guys over to my Twitter. Let me get y'all over here. Guys, get over here. What are you doing? You're on the wrong tab. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Get in here. All right, wait, well, let's read the caption. What does this say? Are you kidding me? Officers arrived at the scene before Vance Boatler even entered the home, got into a shootout, let him go into the home and take the lives of Melissa Hortman and her husband and then leave. What? The shots through the door, was that, which house was that? Guys, remember what they just played it. Hold on. Let me look. All right, let's watch this one on Twitter first, and we'll go back to this other video because they showed the front door that had the bullet holes through it. Because I imagine they would have been shot already, right? If they're at the door and he shoots through the door because they're not opening it up. I don't know.
Belter then traveled to Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, in the home of Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman. At approximately 3:30 a.m., Belter arrived at Representative Hortman's house in his black SUV with the police license plates. He parked in the driveway and left the emergency lights on his SUV flashing as if he was a police officer. Belter approached Representative Hortman's home, again dressed as a police officer, wearing the tactical vest and body armor, and wearing that hyper-realistic mask. He was armed and carrying a flashlight. Before he entered the home, 2 Brooklyn Park police officers arrived at the scene. They too had been dispatched to check on Representative Hortman after learning of the shooting of Senator Hoffman. When they arrived at the scene, they saw Belter's black SUV parked in the driveway with the emergency lights flashing, and they saw Belter standing in front of the house several feet from the door. When Belter saw the officers get out of the car, he drew his weapon and began firing. He rushed into the house through the front door, firing into it. He repeatedly fired into the house, and when he entered, he murdered Representative Hortman and her husband, Mark. The Brooklyn Park police officers fired at Belter as he rushed into the home, but he escaped into the home and out the back. Officers recovered Belter's 9mm Beretta, along with the body armor and the mask, behind the home along his path of flight when he fled on foot. They later searched Belter's car, where they found 5 more firearms, including assault-style rifles and a large quantity of ammunition. Belter also had in his car notebooks containing a list of more than 45 Minnesota state and federal elected officials, including Representative Hortman. Now, Belter planned his attack carefully. He researched his victims and their families. He used the internet and other tools to find their addresses and names, the names of their family members. He conducted surveillance of their homes and took notes about the location of their homes. He also prepared in other ways. He concealed himself as a police officer, outfitting his black SUV with police lights and a police license plate, wearing a black tactical vest and body armor, carrying a police flashlight and a handgun. And of course, he wore that hyper-realistic silicone mask as seen on the surveillance videos. The video of his arrival and shooting of Senator Hortman is truly chilling. Again, it's no exaggeration to say this is the stuff of nightmares.
The video? So they haven't released the video, right? Let me drop this for a second and peek around on Twitter real quick. Terry, thank you for sending that to me, man. That's interesting video. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so what, like, I'm just confused. Actually, guys, come back with me to this tab. This might be a waste of time, but they showed the bullet holes through the door. Which door is that? I need to figure that out.
And her husband, Mark, both gunned down early this morning. Now, a suspect on the run after what authorities call a politically motivated assassination. Former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark, both gunned down early this morning inside their home in Brooklyn Park. Just a few miles away, State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette were shot multiple times at their home, now recovering in a local hospital. This video showing their front door riddled with bullet holes. Hundreds of police and sheriff.
Okay, they don't really specify. It sounds like that was the other people's door. How the fuck did this guy, like, I don't get... I mean, not that there's some conspiratorial edge to this. I'm seriously just asking because I'm, like, curious. Why was the guy still on the front porch when the cops there, or when the real police showed up, and then he just gets into the house? How does he just, like, get into the house right when they show up? I mean, did they just happen to open the door when the cops showed up there? That's just, I don't know. Not saying it's impossible or something, but that's weird. That is weird. Okay, let me see. That's what I was going to do. Twitter. Hold on.
Sheriff's deputies on the scene searching for clues.
Man, all there is this picture. Are you guys still? No, you're on. Okay, let me look at the, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it, but look at this fucking creepy bullshit. Bro, look. The fucking hole, the eye holes. Bro. This ain't even as good as, like, Mrs. Doubtfire. Bro, someone, okay, I'm sorry, but if someone comes to your door and they're dressed like a cop, but they're wearing a mask, you don't answer it. Jesus Christ, man. Dude, what? How did he get in? That's weird too. I mean, like, if think about it, what the FBI said was that the police showed up, and as soon as the real police got out of their car, he started shooting at them. So, how the fuck? How would they let him in the house? If a cop starts shooting off into some other direction, don't you just close the door and lock it? Or like what? I'm actually confused. I'm interested to see the badge cam footage though. When are we going to get that? Hold on. I'm scrolling on Twitter to try to make sure. No, every fucking video anyone's posting is the same bullshit. Wow. That's fucking nuts, man. I don't know. Let me go back on here. FBI offered $50,000 reward. Here, let me bring you guys to this. This is from the DOJ website. After 2-day manhunt, suspect charged with shooting 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses. Vance Butler, 57, of Green Isles, Minnesota, has been charged by federal complaint with stalking and murdering Minnesota House Representative Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband, in addition to stalking and shooting Minnesota State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. According to court documents, early morning hours, hold on. How long is this? Okay, guys, let's actually read through this. I'll try to be quick. I don't want to bore anybody with it, but let's actually read through this and see if there's anything worth seeing, because you never know, guys. We'll get through it. It's not that long. Look, it's like a few paragraphs. All right. Let me take a hit. Let me take a hit from the bong real quick. Dark Match Gene said the police said they found him because he left his cowboy hat by the side of the side of the road, bro. What the fuck? Rubio. All right, let's take a look at this. I'll go down here. I should have been a cowboy. Guys, I'm going to get a cowboy hat. I'm going to be a gay cowboy when I get out to Wyoming. Oh, Holyoke Joe's up in here. I prefer Stone Cold. These murders were stone cold. God damn, bro. They're just killing people out here. Should have been Tim Walz. All right, let's go. According to court documents in the early morning hours of June 14th, 2025, Vance Luther Butler Belter, put into effect a calculated plan to inflict fear and violence upon Minnesota elected officials and their families. Belter equipped himself with a firearm, with firearms and body armor, disguised himself as a law enforcement officer, and drove to home of Senator Hoffman. Belter knocked on the door, repeatedly claiming to be a police officer. Shortly after Hoffman's opened the door, they were alarmed to realize Butler was wearing a mask. The Hoffmans tried to close the door on Bolter, but Bolter repeatedly shot both Senator and Mrs. Hoffman. Hold on. So this is the first one, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm an idiot. This is the first one. Okay, so this is not the one where the police intervened. So they answered the door, realized he's wearing a mask. They tried to close it. He shot. That's why there's the bullet holes in that door. That's the picture of the door that we're seeing is the one with the bullet holes. This is their place. Okay. The horrific targeted murders of Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, Mark Hortman, as well as the shooting of Minnesota State Senator John Hoffman and his wife, have shocked the nation and united us in grief, said Attorney General Pamela Bondi, that old hag. These horrific acts of violence will not go unanswered. The department, and we will have the Epstein files released. You can trust her on all this stuff, guys. The horrific acts of violence will not go unanswered. The Department of Justice will prosecute the suspect to the full extent of the law and if convicted, deliver severe consequences for his alleged crimes. According to the charges, the defendant had a list of possible targets and went to the homes of public officials to conduct violent acts, said FBI Director Kash Patel. This type of violence is unacceptable, and the FBI stands united with our law enforcement partners to find and hold accountable anyone who commits such despicable acts. I commend all the law enforcement officers who worked through the weekend. I was wanting to hear details on what the fuck happened, not you FBI agents jerking each other off. Vance Luther Belter went on a violent rampage against our elected officials, said acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson for the District of Minnesota. These were targeted political assassinations, the likes of which have never been seen in Minnesota. It was an attack on our state and on our democracy. We will not rest until he is brought to justice. This was a horrific act of targeted. Okay, what, guys, come on. Do I need to hear the same thing said by 10 quoted from 10 different people? This is the DOJ making me read 10 different quotes from people that say the same fucking thing. Give me data so I can debunk this psyop. Horrific act targeted by a special agent who gives a fuck of Minnesota field office. A gunman impersonating a police officer deliberately lured public servants to their own doorstep and opened fire. A Minnesota lawmaker and her spouse were murdered in cold blood and others wounded simply for serving as elected officials. This is not only unacceptable, it is an act of it is an attack on the democratic values that define this nation. This marked the largest manhunt in Minnesota's history, and it would not have been possible without the extraordinary partnership between federal, state, local law enforcement. The tireless coordination, commitment ensured Bolter was located and taken into custody without further incident. FBI remains steadfast in our pursuit of justice. Victim families. Deliberate targeting elected officials and their families in an appalling act of political. Guys, this is so fucking. This is the worst thing to. This is so stupid. The DOJ released this. It's fucking 15 quotes from 15 different agents saying the same thing. What a waste of time. Fucking idiots. Our deepest condolences. Yeah, I really came here to read your condolences. Oh my God, this is stupid. Canine team to help recover evidence. The specially trained canine team to help recover evidence and general leads. Our agents contributed their full expertise and manpower to search and continue to support the ongoing investigation. This is fucking stupid. Bolter then traveled to the homes of two other Minnesota elected officials, still disguised as a law enforcement officer. Bolter did not manage to make contact with either of those officials or their families. Next, Bolter drove to the home of Speaker Emerita and Representative Melissa Hortman. Meanwhile, local law enforcement, having heard of the shooting in the Hoffman residence, drove to the Hortman house to conduct a safety check. Upon arriving, officers saw Bolter's car, a black Ford Explorer SUV. Finally, we're getting to some data. SUV designed to look like a law enforcement vehicle. It was equipped with police-style lights and were on and flashing. The lights were on and flashing. Officers saw Bolter standing several feet from and facing the door of the Hortman home. Moments later, Bolter fired several gunshots into the home, repeatedly striking. Okay, so wait. This doesn't say he shot at the cops. As Bolter did so, he rushed into the... Okay. Repeatedly striking as Bolter did so, he rushed into the home, fired several additional shots. Bro. I don't know, guys. I don't really know that there's something fishy, but I mean, if we're going to overanalyze stuff, which you guys know I like to do on here, I'm just really interested to see the badge cam stuff. Why would the DOJ leave out the fact that he shot at the police, but the FBI put that in there? He rushed into as Bolter shot. So is the door open or not? Why are they okay? Up at the top when they're discussing what happened to the other people that got killed, the senator and his wife, Hoffman, they explain exactly how he got into the house. And it's because they opened the door, saw he was wearing a mask and tried to close it, and then he just rushed in shooting. But this says nothing about them opening the door here or any of that. He rushed into the home and fired several additional, repeatedly striking Representative Hortman. Officers provide medical aid Hortman in attempts to pursue Butler, who abandoned the SUV, fled initially on foot. Both Hortmans died. Law enforcement searched Bolter's SUV and recovered 5 firearms, including semi-automatic assault-style rifles, a large quantity of, and that sounds very scary. They're probably going to ban those. A large quantity of ammunition and that's probably going to get banned too. You're not allowed to have a lot of ammunition. Several notebooks filled with handwritten notations. They're probably going to ban notebooks. Let's ban notebooks too. Those notes listed out names of dozen Minnesota and state federal elected. Let's just ban elected officials. Notes often identify those officials' home addresses. Let's ban homes. A 2-day manhunt coordinated among federal, state, local law enforcement agencies across the state ensued as a result of those efforts. At approximately 9:15 on the evening of June 15th, law enforcement located Bolter in a field in Green Isles, Minnesota, approximately 1 mile from his family residence. Took him into custody. He will make the initial appearance in U.S. District Court today before magistrate judge. We don't have footage of that. This is the 16th. That's today, yeah. They don't have footage of that released. Let me see if I can look for that. I don't think that's out. I think I would have seen that somewhere already. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, what? It's federal court? How convenient. All we've got is some fucking macaroni art. Are you kidding me? All right, let's go to, let me bring you guys over here. Ban assault books. Funny face, that is probably not too far off from the truth. Heard they had information that would lead to the rest of the Clintons, so they hired him to whack them. Guys, all is fair in politics. Apparently, not according to me, apparently. Here, let me get you guys to this tab with me. We'll take a look at that. Cause yeah, looks like we can trust the federal court system to just give us macaroni art and no pictures of the people or footage of the people involved. His crimes are the stuff of nightmares. Courtroom sketch, Vance Bolter Wright is seen at a federal court hearing Monday, June 16th. No exaggeration to say that his crime is stuff of nightmares. U.S. attorney, federal charges, facing 6 federal charges connected to the murder of State Representative Hortman, her husband, death penalty. Captured Sunday after the largest manhunt in history. He did not enter a plea during the 12-minute hearing. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm streaming right now. No, it's all good. Yeah, I'll be done at about 9:30. I'll be off here. All right. See ya. Oh, yeah. That's some sexy stuff right there. What were we doing? Okay. Preliminary hearing, detention hearing was scheduled for June 27th. Bail set to $5 million. Yeah, so one of the things, and I do, I credit, or I applaud Seth for pushing back on what he thinks is just, politically motivated. When someone calls in the show just to spit some fucking crazy Twitter theory, to dismiss the fact that someone on their side could, or the notion that someone on their side could do something violent or whatever. But I don't know that the fact that Seth seemed to imply that because this guy had 40 some names on this list or something, that dismisses the fact that her signing that bill had something to do with it, right? That I don't think that's completely, I mean, all of these people can be on this list for different reasons, right? I mean, it's not like I don't know, she could have been added to the fucking list just because of that thing that she signed. And is the list even fucking real? Do we believe the feds, guys? Do we believe Kash Patel's FBI? Do you believe them when they say Epstein really offed himself, and now that AI, we got Google VO3, you can make a believable AI video of anything now, and oops, now we've decided there is a clear video of Epstein taking himself out in Minecraft. Chicken jockey. So we're going to show, now that AI video is almost undetectable, we happen to have a video. We're going to release it now. You believe them on that, and do we believe them that every other little bit of bullshit that they put out? I don't know. I don't know. It really sucks to not be able to trust the feds, but you know, guys, that's just reality. That's just thinking straight. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Bro, there's so many fucking possibilities with this. I want to see the footage though. Not that I really don't care to see two innocent people in our decaying form of government, two elected officials getting fucking gunned down. It's really not cool, really not fun vibes. Not something that I actively seek out just to see that, but I want to see the videos just to, I don't know. Like I said, now we can make fucking AI anything, but I guess I want to see the videos to kind of see how they're saying that this happened. Cause I don't know, it's just fucking weird. All right, should we check up on should we check the scoreboard on World War III? Should we switch to that? I'm going to put let's wait and see the badge cam and the security footage. We're going to do a let's wait and see on those. Should we take a look at the scoreboard? Let me drop this. So what's the score, guys? Who's winning? Here, I got this video from... I got a few things saved on the gram here. This is an Israeli general who apparently quits in this interview. He drops this interview because this person called him out for lying. Let's take a look at this. Here, I'll get it up for you. I'll go down here.
Lieutenant Colonel Shoshani, you've also killed dozens of Iranian civilians. Israel claims and often talks about being different to the Iranian regime, but you've also left dozens and dozens of Iranian women and children dead in these operations.
Well, I think we are definitely different. I think it's very simple to see how far different we are. You know, Israel is carrying out precise operation over 1,500 kilometers from Israel, and you see a building with a hole the size of a tiny window, while Iran is firing ballistic missiles with 1 ton of explosives in the warhead. These ballistic missiles can explode an entire neighborhood, and they're just firing them at the center of population. Israel is...
Yeah, so this is going to be... get ready to see the double standard here. Let's look out for it. Find the double standard. This is a new game that we're going to play on this stream. Find the double standard, okay? So when you see videos of people getting fucked up in other countries, and then Israel says, "Oh, but wait, look at this one fucking mission or whatever we carried out, where there was this one picture that's going around from when they killed some Iranian, I don't know who the fuck is, somebody in the Iranian government or something, shot into this building, and it literally took this guy out and didn't hurt anyone else in the building. It shot into the window of this building and killed this guy, and no one else in the building got hurt or whatever." And they're going to claim, "Oh, that's how we do all of our That's how we do all of our operations. We're very good with not killing innocent civilians. But hey, look at what Iran does. They're shooting right into fucking Tel Aviv and wherever the fuck. And, they don't care if civilians get hurt. Meanwhile, like, you can see the civilians recording videos of the bombs hitting, or the missiles, whatever the fuck they are. I don't even care. Hitting the fucking, it's the Iron Dome launchers. It's funny, like, Israel claims, and we'll show this, guys, wouldn't it be funny if, Israel claimed that Hamas is using human shields because they operate out of hospitals? Wouldn't it be funny if there was a video going around with the IDF operating out of the base of a hospital in Israel? Wouldn't that be funny, guys? That would be totally weird, wouldn't it? So again, let's look for the double standard.
Sending their jets, we're sending our people to be above enemy territory to try and do as precise as we can. And we have been very precise so far. And we have even given warnings. The most important thing in the battlefield is to have the element of surprise. We have given warnings,
which is the Lebanon playbook, and we ended up seeing thousands of people dead in your war against Hezbollah last year.
I just want to ask you, Lieutenant Colonel. We have.
I was on the ground in Lebanon.
We have seen
thousands. Let's hear this guy lie to this lady who was there when they were getting bombed. Let's hear it.
I was on the ground in Lebanon, and I saw. Lieutenant Colonel, I was on the ground in Lebanon. I was seeing how you were issuing the warnings and not giving people enough time to get out.
Oh my God. You won't hear it anywhere else, guys. You won't hear it anywhere else. No one else is going to show you this because it's really dirty stuff. I'm telling you, this is yucky stuff. I don't want to have to play it here, but you're not going to see it anywhere else. This is like what I told you guys. And you might not have even heard about this stuff. I mean, you just, a lot of people just kind of see on TV. It's a bunch of Israel's turned Gaza into rubble, and some people are angry about it, and that's all you know. And that's fair. That's all you should know, really. You shouldn't care about this. You shouldn't have to care about it. That's my thing. You shouldn't have to worry about the fact that you go to work and your tax dollars, they're shaving percentages of your tax dollars off to buy bombs for these two countries to fucking kill each other. You shouldn't have to fucking think about this. Don't you realize? Like, it doesn't have to be this way. That's what I'm getting at. You should care that innocent people are getting fucking killed. You should. You shouldn't have to, though. But anyway, I was going to say, this is similar. I know that they did similar stuff related to this in Gaza. They would tell these fucking Palestinians to move to a safe zone. And then these people would get like bombed on the way to the safe zone. This is, it's par for the course here.
And then we saw thousands of civilians displaced and thousands killed. But I just
that is not true. We have seen thousands of Hezbollah terrorists killed in Lebanon successfully. We've not seen thousands of
including civilians, including women and children and civilians in
Israel
Lebanon.
Carried out the most precise operation in history with the Beeper operation. We were able to hit thousands of Hezbollah terrorists without anyone around them being injured. You are misleading your audience.
That's not true. We know that's not even true. There was like the same day that happened, it was reported that innocent people got hurt. What the fuck? That's not even true. Like, not even argue, right? Do I need to look this up? Well, AI overview, I don't know how deep we want to read into this, but when you type in innocent people injured in Hezbollah beeper, it says, yes, there have been reports of civilians being injured in the explosions of pagers used by Hezbollah members in September of 2024. The attacks reportedly killed at least 34 people and injured 3,250, including 200 critically. Civilian casualties, while primary target was Hezbollah fighters, the explosions injured anyone in the vicinity, including children and those not affiliated with Hezbollah. Oops. Jesus Christ, guys. Holy fuck, man. This is what the IDF thinks you don't know how to use Google. They think we're retarded.
Israel had the most precise operation against a terror guerrilla.
The death toll in Lebanon in 1 week was higher than an entire month in 2000.
Of terrorists, of Hezbollah terrorists.
Were killed. Not all of those people that were thousands of people that were killed were terrorists. And we've seen the same sort of operations in Gaza as well, where 60,000 people, including thousands of women and children in Gaza have been killed. But we're
going to continue in a bit. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Okay. Well, that's good talk. Good talk there. All right. Looks like everything's on the up and up. You guys know who to side with, right? It's easy. It's easy to say who the bad guys are here, right, guys? It's so easy. So have you guys seen this? This is going around. I know we're not going to get to the bottom of this tonight, let me tell you. But this has been leaked. Hold on. I just went on Twitter. Hold on. This is developing. Let's let's do this first because I'm gonna forget where I was going. We'll do that. And we'll get to that in a second. Okay. This has been going around. Okay. Now I don't know if this is real, guys. You're seeing this here first, maybe, possibly. Let me get you guys over to the Twitter again. This is what people are sharing. I've seen a few people show this who are fairly credible, but everyone's being that I've seen posted at least are being fairly honest. Like, we don't really know if this is real, but take a look at this. This is supposedly leaked by the Iran. Yeah, they're saying Iran hacked something, Israel's fucking government computers or some shit, and they got a hold of this. They're saying this is the I think this is supposed to say Israel. Yeah, Israel Samson option targets leaked. Why does this person cannot type? Why does our best ally have American cities on their list of targets? So this is supposed to be the original, and this is the translation, I think they're saying. If you take a look, we're not going to be able to see this here. But yeah, if you look at this list, it lists, where does it say? New York. You actually cannot see this here. That's fucked up. Yeah, under global deterrence attack, Washington, D.C., New York, L.A., and Colorado. It's I forget what, NRAD something. It's kind of not that easy to see. But yeah, this is going around in the conspiracy circles. I don't know that this is real, but people are definitely sharing it regardless, because They are shocked at the idea that our greatest ally would have American cities on a list. Now, the Samson option, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is talking about hitting people with nukes. That's what they're saying this is. It's probably their own list, Iran's own list. Yeah. No, that could be true. But I'm just showing this, guys. This is going around. We don't know if this is true. So anyone that's saying that this is real, I've seen people that ask Grok about it. And Grok is saying it doesn't know if it's real or not. It hasn't been verified. But at least Grok isn't saying that it's fake. At least we know that. Like if this page was something that had been floating around on fucking 4chan, 5 years ago or something, Grok would have sniffed that out. So at least we know this is unverified, but it's not debunked so far. Here goes Samson option is Israel's deterrent strategy of massive retaliation with nuclear weapons as a last resort against a country whose military has invaded and or destroyed much of Israel. So, yeah. Now, this is one of the things people are arguing over in terms of the credibility of this. This document, they're saying that it reads the wrong way. And I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. So they're saying Hebrew reads from right to left, not left to right. But there's nothing on here that's in like a paragraph. I don't know how this is, they're saying this is translated. Like some people are saying this is fake because it doesn't read right to left. But I don't, there's nothing like, you're not reading, right? This isn't like paragraphs. This is just a list. Are they saying the whole list should be mirrored? Like, I'm not sure exactly what, obviously I don't fucking read Hebrew. But that is the only thing that people are saying that on, not knowing anything special about Iran or fucking Israel, what they're, not being someone that's has access to classified information or something. And just on its surface, the only way people are trying to debunk it so far is by saying it's not, the Hebrew part is like reads not right or something. But I don't know if I buy that. The fact that this is a list, I don't know if they're saying the list, like this stuff should be on this side, and why the fuck would it even matter? I just don't, I don't know what to think about this. But that is going around. All right, what's the wacky conspiracy on the assassin? Grando Reaper, welcome, sir. Good to see you. No, so we don't really know, bro. I don't, it's weird, Grando, to be 100% transparent here. I don't know. The thing I'm concerned about is I want to see the badge cams. I want to see all the footage and the security footage, all that stuff to really sort of make a comfortable decision on whether I buy whatever. But it was just interesting to see one thing, at least, that we found ourselves on the stream tonight, partly by the help of Tampa Terry. He sent me a video, which is the FBI explaining what happened. I played, I think it was from an ABC news story. I played a video of, I think it was a police chief or something. Who was it that, I don't remember. One of the people at the press conference, it was two different, what I'm getting at is we got two different press conferences. One press conference said that when the, it was the FBI press conference said that the police pulled up to Hortman's house while the assassin was on the front porch and that the assassin shot at the police officers, then barged his way through the front door and killed the Hortmans and then ran out the back door and dropped all of his stuff or whatever. I'm willing to buy it. I mean, it's not, people do crazy shit, whatever. This could just be a crazy person, and that's fine. But it is weird that we saw that press conference, but then the DOJ just released a full statement on this. It has a bunch of bullshit. It's basically 15 different quotes from different agents saying the same bullshit about how appalled they are at what a terrible, act. But then it does, interestingly, it explains, it lays out what happened in both situations to some extent. The first murders, which is the Hoffmans, it explains exactly how he got in through the door. It says, he knocked at the door or whatever. He's wearing the police gear and a mask. They open the door, realize he's wearing a shitty Walter White Halloween mask, try to close the door, and then the guy shoots through the door and barges in and shoots him and kills them both. Shoots them both. Those two didn't die, right? Yeah. So then he gets out of there and heads towards the other house. So they lay out exactly how that happened, and it sort of doesn't leave a lot of questions. It just makes sense. Okay, guy dressed like a cop, has a mask. People wake up, answer the door, they're tired, and don't realize he has a mask until they open the door and actually look at his face. By then it's too late. Guy gets in. Understandable. But the second murder or a second assassination attempt on the Melissa, I forget her fucking name now. But anyway, it doesn't really explain that one well. Pam Bondi is a pack of lies. Bro, I agree with you. I don't we don't trusting the feds, even though it's supposed to be conservative leaning. That doesn't mean we trust them. It'd be smart not to. So the second murder is the one that is just a little bit, it feels like there's details missing. And I'm interested to see. I'm not ready to say it's some kind of fucking false flag, crazy psyop thing. You see Bongino's face. He was a ghost. Yeah, I know. Yeah, bro. I haven't played that footage on here, but yeah, that's, those guys are scared. So yeah, what I was getting at, the DOJ, we read through the DOJ statement that they released. They didn't say anything, even though they gave all that detail about how the guy got into the first house and they explained all that. For the second murder, there's details missing. The FBI had given the press briefing that Tampa Terry sent to me, explaining how the cops had a shootout with the guy. But then in the DOJ report that they released, they don't mention the fucking the shootout. They just say that when the cops showed up, he fucking barged into their door and started. When the cops showed up, he started shooting through their door and then went in and killed them and escaped out of the back. They don't say how he got in. They don't mention anything about the shootout that the FBI mentioned. So I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. It's just there's barely enough missing information for me to be a little bit suspicious. But that's as far as I'll go with that. Could just be a crazy person. So yeah, guys, I don't know if this fucking list bullshit is real. Knowing Twitter, this is probably fake. But I am surprised that Grok hasn't debunked this, because this has been up all day and Grok just says, I don't know. So I'm intrigued by that. I am intrigued by that. They found him in the field behind his house. They didn't try very hard. Bro, I don't fucking know. I like to cover stories while they're fresh, but some stuff it's like I don't know. How long did we have to wait on the what's her name? Nancy Pelosi, the Pelosi attacker. Wasn't that footage released fairly quickly? The security footage and everything, right? That shit got released like quick, I thought. All right, let me drop this Twitter for a second just so that I got to get out of here. Fuck. It's late, guys. I got to get out of here. I still got to shower and stuff. I'm going to Wyoming. About to get the fuck out of here. All right, let's take a look at this. And we've heard enough conspiracy Israel stuff. This is breaking right now as of a few minutes ago. Let me get you guys back here. Okay. Previously unknown Iranian nuclear facility spanning 2,500 acres just picked up by satellite imagery developing. Jesus, is this real?
Satellite images revealing the location of a previously unknown Iranian nuclear site. Now, the facility spans nearly 2,500 acres, and this is a big discovery. Jillian Turner has more from the State Department. Good morning, Jillian.
Pretty explosive, Dana. These satellite images that we have obtained exclusively show the alleged site location and even the layout of the secret, previously unknown nuclear weapons facilities inside Iran. This, of course, raises fresh concerns about the regime's role in these ongoing nuclear talks with the Trump administration. The National Council of Resistance of Iran has collected intelligence from sources on the ground inside Iran that locate this nuclear weapons facility in what is called Semnan province, far from the regime's already known nuclear sites. It's codenamed the Rainbow Site by Iran's officials, and it spans nearly 2,500 acres. It's been operating as far as we can discern.
What? People's replies.
Exclusive satellite images reveal.
People's replies cracking me up. All right, guys, I can't go down a rabbit hole. I really don't. I got to get off now. Fucking all right, guys. Thank you for hanging. This has been Dark Times with Dark Man Steve. I'm sorry I got to get out of here, but we got big stuff in the works, guys. I'm going to be checking out a lot of cool shit in Wyoming. Hopefully, I'll be able to still stream every night, and I might actually be able to stay around my normal streaming time because I'll be I'll be on I almost said Montana, Wyoming time, which is a couple hours late. So by the time we're done fucking around, looking at whatever, we should be able to get back to the hotel, and I should be able to get her on still around the same time in Tampa time, Eastern time, which is my normal 8 o'clock Eastern time, 8 p.m. schedule. So we'll see about that. I may or may not be broadcasting from Wyoming tomorrow night if you see me live. We'll see. I might be teasing it on another day, though, guys. You never know with me. I've been talking about this trip for like 3 months. So anyway, lovers, friends, thank you guys for checking out the stream tonight. Kind of, flying by the seat of my pants tonight. Fucking got a lot of shit going on, but it's good shit. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night, at least, even if I have to just jump on YouTube with my phone or something. We'll figure it out, but I'll try to get on tomorrow night. Thank you, a funny face lover. Have fun. I will, guys. I'm so fucking excited. I haven't traveled in so long. I'm so excited. It's gonna be badass. Oh, thank you, promo code Lummy. Don't worry about it, bro. Thank you for checking out the stream. For real, I appreciate all the support. I don't say it enough. Thank you guys so fucking much for all the support. For real. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. It really helps a lot. Jump in the comments. Fucking share the stream if you're really feeling frothy. Be safe out there. I will. Thank you, sir. We're going to be safe. I'm taking my firearm. We're going to get some bear spray. We should be good to go. So, anyway, if we haven't died hiking in Florida, we'll probably be okay. Damn it, funny face. Zelle. No, I don't have my goddamn Zelle set up. Fuck. Funny face, I appreciate you wanting to support. God damn it. I swear to God, I'll get it set up soon, bro. I've had so much shit going on. I'm a fucking idiot. I should have it set up by now. You told me to do it like almost a month ago or weeks. I know it's been weeks and weeks now. But anyway, if anybody does want to throw a few dollars my way, again, I have a job. It's not completely necessary, but it does help me a lot. You can throw a few dollars my way over at the PayPal. I'm Dark Match on PayPal. That's DARKMATCH. And then on Venmo, that's what I have. Venmo, I'm Dark Match Steve, DARKMATCHSTEVE. It's okay, lover. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. Everybody take it easy. Be safe, whatever you get into. I will see you guys later.